Alright everyone, so this is the actual box that everything comes in, and again it's called the Azure Beauty Dip Easy to Use Dip Powder Starter Kit. So this is what the box looks like. I wanted to open this on camera with you guys just so you know what you're getting if you do end up ordering this. I am brand new to this, so I have no idea what it's going to look like, how it's going to work. So this is going to be a first impressions with you guys. So let's open this up. Alright, put the box aside here. So in here you get a little after service card. You guys can read that there. And yeah, I'm not going to go through every single thing. This, I believe, is the how to use instructions. So dip powder, easy to use. And then on the other side, it shows you exactly how to apply the dip powder, which I'm going to study this, and then we're going to get into the actual, application and first impression. So I'm going to go through these steps with you. I believe this video is going to be a voiceover after I show you guys all of this because it's just going to be the easiest way to do it. Let's just go through what it includes. So up here we have 4 powder jars, and here is the transparent layer or base, and then you get a is there names on these? There's no names. So there's a red, there is a silver glitter that is actually really pretty, super pretty, and then this one's probably gonna be my favorite, which is more like baby pink, light pink color, more of your neutral that you can do, okay? And then in here you guys can see we have the bond, which is, I believe, the first step, the base, the activator, the top coat, and then the brush saver. So you get all these bottles included in the kit. You also get this 600/3000, I guess, nail file buffer type of thing. And then you also get this 100/180 nail file. So this one is a lot more grittier. It's a lot rougher. So yeah, you get those two. Then you also get this, I believe it's a cuticle oil pen, I believe, if I'm correct. And then we have a little cuticle pusher here. And then you get a brush. So you guys can get an idea, but it's pretty dense. So this is what you're supposed to use to brush off the powders, but it's pretty dense. So yeah, that's everything that it comes with, and I'm going to... Hey everyone, so we are here with a voiceover. I hope you guys don't mind, but lots of technical difficulties. Alright, so I'm just picking up the items to show you guys one more time. I know we just did an unboxing, so please bear with me, but we did decide to do the red today, as you guys can see. Also, keep in mind, I have been practicing with this kit for a couple weeks now, and I decided to do the red, but all the other colors are beautiful. I've used all of them, and yeah, the red is actually the most difficult to use, which I'm surprised I chose to do it for the video, but it's a little bit messy, and you guys will see later on. So here I'm actually starting with the cuticle pusher. So I always recommend people to really make sure the cuticles are either cut down or pushed back. Mine are pretty short, so I'm just pushing them back, but you can cut them down if you want to as well to make it a cleaner look. But yeah, just using the cuticle pusher that comes with the kit. Alright, the next thing I'm going into is the nail file. So this nail file is a pretty gritty one. It's one that really shapes your nails quickly, so be careful if you are heavy-handed. My nails are kind of shaped already. I decided to do I guess you could call it a ballerina type style nail. It's not squared, it's not coffin, it's kind of in between. But you can honestly shape your nails to whatever your liking is. You can do stiletto, you can do rounded, whichever you guys prefer works. Alright, so then we're actually going to go into the buffer, which this looks like a nail file, but as I turn it, you guys can see it's a little bit thicker than a normal nail file, and I've used this already a lot. I've done this multiple times. I really wanted to practice for you guys. So what we're going to do is buff every single nail. Now this part is very important because it takes away any texture that you might have on the nail bed, maybe any leftover, dip powder from before, anything like that, and it really smoothens out the bed to have a really nice canvas. This also helps dehydrate the nail as well because we don't want any kind of oils on the nail bed when we're doing the actual polish and then the dip powder itself. So get every single crevice and portion of the nail here. Now, as you can see, nothing's happening. I'm washing my hands right now. Wash your hands well with no soap. Do not use any soap. Just wash them clean, and then take a towel to dry them off. So now we have our nails prepped. A really important thing here, you guys, do not touch your nail beds after you wash your hands. Go straight into the bond, because you don't want, again, any excess oil from your fingers going onto the nail bed before you apply this bonder. So what this bond really does is it actually dehydrates your nail bed even more, so the polish and the powder can really adhere to your nails and it won't chip or crack or break. All right, so after we did the bond, we're actually going to go into our base coat. So our base coat looks a little bit ratchet right there. You can see the top bottle of my base coat is really ripped up. It's because you have to clean your base coat after you use it at the end of, every time you do your nails. I didn't do that the first time, so I really had to tear up my base coat bottle, but I had to use pliers and everything. But anyway, as you guys can see, I am actually just going with a layer of base coat on each nail, and then I'm dipping it straight into the transparent powder. This transparent powder is pretty much like your base before we go into a color. It really helps protect your nail bed, and again, it kind of just preps everything for the actual color that's coming up. Now, I decided to use the color red for this video, which I don't know why. I really wanted to try this color. It was the last color in the kit that I did not try. I've tried all the other ones and they're beautiful, but the red really intrigued me, and yeah, later you guys will see. It gets a little bit messy with the red, but I guess it's better that I do the hard one for a tutorial for you guys, right? So the other colors would be a lot more simple in my opinion. All right, so we're on our last nail here. Again, make sure you get every part of the nail. You can clean up like I did on the sides of the nails if you want to, if you're not really, accurate with your polishing. But yeah, make sure everything is coated, and then we're gonna wait for about 2 minutes. Now, the reason I'm waiting for 2 minutes before brushing off my powder is because I'm doing one hand. Obviously, if you're doing both hands, you can go straight into brushing off the powder after you're done both hands. So I brushed off the powder and we are done with the transparent color. Now we're going to go into the actual red, and it's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to open this red jar. You guys can see it gets a little bit messy, and the red kind of does stain your fingers for a little bit, but once you wash your hands a few times, you are good to go. No worries there. All right, so what we're going to do is take another layer of this dip base coat, and we're going to go all over the nail. I don't like to go too close to the cuticle just yet. I'll do that more closer to the second coat we do of this, but for the most part, I covered the whole entire nail, and I dip it in once or twice to get it layered. You guys can see there's like that red powder ring around my finger. That will go away, so no worries there. So when you're doing this base coat, with the color especially, don't forget to do the actual tip of your nail. You saw me just brush the very edge tip of my nail. You really want to coat that because it really prevents from any kind of cracking or chipping in the long run. So again, just go over each nail, don't forget the tip, and dip it right into the powder at a nice, I believe it's like a 45-degree angle. You don't want to dip it in completely straight on because the actual base coat can move if you're too aggressive with your dip. So gently dip your nail into the powder. You don't have to push it in because that can really alter the actual base polish, and then you're gonna get some lumpy ass dip powder nails, and we don't want that. Another tip for you guys when you're doing this base coat and the color, especially for the first and second coat as well, try to do thin layers of this base coat. The thicker you do them, the more fake they will look. These are my real nails. If I didn't mention that, I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but these are my real nails, so I try not to make my polish layers too thick. All right, so I waited for about another 2 minutes to make sure it's all dry. If you brush your nails before it's dry, it will move and alter the actual powder. So make sure you wait a solid 2 minutes or more and then go in and brush off your powder before going into the second coat. So this is one coat right here, all brushed off, and now we're going to go into our second coat. Again, take your base, do a nice thin layer, go all the way to the cuticle this time, and then still go over the edge of the nail as well. And yeah, this is going to be your final nail color. So dip it in, tap it off. I don't know if I mentioned that either. You have to tap it off each time just to make sure you don't get it everywhere. So we pretty much repeat this exact process for the second coat. And this is a really great time to kind of get into those crevices that you might have missed the first coat, and just make sure you get all the way to the edge. And yeah, you pretty much dip it into the powder, tap it off, and do the rest of your nails for the second coat. Alright, so we are dipping the thumb, which is the last finger, into the powder, and now we're going to wait, again, a solid 2 minutes before brushing off the actual powder. Obviously this video is sped up, so I am brushing them off now. You can get all of the powder off as much as you can, but again, don't put too much pressure when you're brushing. You just really want to kind of get the excess powder off of it. And then right after you're done that, you can close up your jar, and we're going to move on to what's called the Activator. So the Activator is the green bottle that I just picked up, and this is a liquid that's actually going to bind the powder and create it into like a more solid, you know, cohesive, I don't know, it turns hard, so I guess it turns into like almost a stone, like whatever this Activator does. It really just hardens the powder, and it makes it all the layers into one layer, because we did 2 coats, you guys remember that. So I did not show this, but I am brushing off the actual Activator brush every single time because it picks up the red, and we don't want the red to stain the Activator brush. So just get a towel and just wipe it off every single time you use it. And then we are going to wait a solid 2 minutes, but obviously this video is sped up, so wait 2 minutes, guys, before going into your file. Alright, so as you guys can see, this is going to be your last file. So make sure when you're doing this portion, get the shape you want, the exact shape that you want. Because when you're doing the actual dip powder, sometimes it can make it a little bit bulkier on the sides. So for me, I'm really kind of filing down the sides for the most part. If you want them to be a little bit shorter, you can file the top down, but I'm really focusing on the sides here. And again, whichever shape you prefer, just do that shape, and make sure you get the final exact shape that you want during this time right here. Then, after you do your filing to your liking, we're actually going to go in and buff the entire nail again. You guys can see the color is going to be a little bit different. It's actually going to buff away all the shine, but this is really important because the powder is a little bit gritty. So we want a smooth surface, and we really want to get all the lumps out, all the, you know, creases or crevices out, and make sure everything is cohesive and smooth. So get every single side and make sure you buff away all of that shine at the same time. And then the next thing we're actually going to do is wash our hands. You guys can see I am back from washing my hands, and one side has top coat, one side doesn't. So we're just going to jump right into our top coat. So the top coat is a special top coat. You cannot use any top coat on the market. You have to use this one in the kit. It's the best one, and it's made for dip, and this really seals everything and it protects everything at the same time. Now, this is one coat of the top coat, and we're actually going to go in for a second coat as well, which you guys will see, but you do have to wait 2 minutes in between. And you guys, don't be impatient, wait the 2 minutes. As you guys can see, I'm chilling here for 2 minutes before going in with another coat. And here we are doing the last coat, and it dries after 2 minutes, you guys. So it's not where you have to sit around and wait for it to dry. It does completely dry within a few minutes, and yeah, and then you're done. Look how pretty the nails are. It's not thick at all. I tried to show you guys how they're still nice and thin. They're not bulky. I hate when it comes to nails and people have bulky nails. So yeah, this is the final product, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Oh, this is a little bit of the cuticle oil adding to the end. And that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments.